Hey everybody, welcome to our weekend check-in video for Psych 45 Research Methods for Saturday, August 26th. Just going to go over a few reminders, clarifications, anything I think you need to know to stay on top of things in the course. Again, I know we see each other twice a week there, but this is just kind of a reminder about some things because I know some of you may have missed class or just kind of need a little extra reminder about whatever we're working on there. So I just want to go ahead and keep providing that for you. Let's go ahead and get started. First up here, what we're going to go ahead and do this coming week here is continue on with Chapter 3. We're going to go ahead and finish that there on Monday. And we're also going to go ahead and start Chapter 4 as well, our last chapter in Unit 1, which is all about ethics. And so really interesting stuff coming on there. Just a reminder, too, that we have our quiz for Chapter 3 coming up on Monday the 28th there. And we have our quiz on Chapter 4 coming up Wednesday of next week as well on Wednesday, August 30th there. And recently we just had our Chapter 3 discussion. Most of you did a really nice job of providing your thoughts on how you would measure the construct of hunger. So some of you found that challenging for your remarks there, and that was part of the point, just get you to think that something that seems so ordinary and so common and just kind of on the surface easy to measure, it turns out to be a bit more complicated than maybe we at first thought. So I just wanted to give a little practice in what we psychologists have to deal with when we're trying to measure a construct, even something that seems simple like hunger. You have your discussion on Chapter 4 due this coming Friday on September 1st there. Pretty interesting. You're going to watch a short video from a pretty famous, well-known reality TV show. And I'm going to ask you your thoughts about that as stated in the prompt. So it's less than 10 minutes to watch the video, but you will need to plan ahead. So don't wait to the last minute to do that discussion for Chapter 4 because you may not have time to watch the video and think about it a bit and then provide your answers. So just kind of keep that in mind. But it is a short video and it's pretty cool to watch too. I always get lots of positive responses when I show it in my classes there, so I keep that in mind. Next up here is that part of what we're going to cover here. I mentioned we're going to finish up with Chapter 3 on Monday there, and we are going to be covering, importantly, something really is integral to the rest of our course in Chapter 3 now, and that's modes of measurements or modalities of measurement. You're going to learn they're called self-report, physiological, or behavioral. We're going to talk about those at length in class, including their advantages and disadvantages. If you looked at your study guide already, this is something I want you to know really well for the exam. So, and you're going to work together in groups on some of this stuff too, so pretty important. We are also going to talk about these things called artifacts, and also importantly, what are called as part of that, experimenter and participant bias. These are all extra headaches we have to worry about when we're doing research. You may recall early in the semester I told you a lot of what you're going to learn in this class is how to avoid doing bad research, and this part of the Chapter 3 definitely is going to raise that issue, so keep that in mind. We're going to pick up at, towards the latter part of class on Monday with Chapter 4 on ethics, some really interesting things there, you know, what research ethics is, which may surprise you. A lot of people don't really understand that it's really not so much about morality, what's right versus wrong, but rather something else. And so we're going to cover that starting in class on Monday and get into some particular issues around how we indicate ethics. And then on Wednesday, we'll wrap all that up there with some particular things that apply to especially doing research in psychology, the ethics of all that. So really interesting and important stuff there. At the very end of the chapter deals with things like academic honesty and research honesty and integrity, plagiarism, you know, etc. there. So falsifying data, that kind of thing. So there's lots of interesting stuff going on there, so has some nice things to say about that. Next up here, just a heads up that part 1 of your APA style literature review paper is coming up, not real soon, but it's coming up towards the middle of next month there. It's due on Wednesday, September 13th. Everything you need to know for the Component 1 instructions are found in the dedicated APA Literature Review module, which you'll find underneath Unit 5 of our Canvas course material there. So scroll down past Unit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Underneath 5, you'll see that APA module. You want to go ahead and look at the instructions for what's called Component 1. At the very top, there's a little short how-to instructional video, less than 10 minutes, where I walk you through with screenshots and show and tell you what you need to do and what resources you have in the instruction area there, so do check that out. Also, what you're going to be turning in is just your topic, your thesis statement, and a list of APA style references, 10 of them there. And that topic must be one from social psychology, so things like schizophrenia, you know, bipolar disorder, depression, autism, drug use, memory in human infants, etc. That's not acceptable. It really must be from something in social psychology. I do have an embedded file in the instructions of just simple topics in social psychology, but I also have a link to a free online ebook in social psychology, which will also give you some great ideas, so do take advantage of that. I'm just letting you know now to kind of give you a heads up there, but it's all in the instructions there. And as far as things in APA style, I do have a sample submission so you can see what you're going to turn in, your topic, your thesis statement, and your list of 10 references in APA style. And remember, you get to your your Pocket Guide to APA style on the MindTap platform. So go to MindTap like you would normally do to do an assignment. Scroll down below Chapter 15. Underneath Chapter 15, you'll find the link to the Pocket Guide to APA style. Just click it open, all the chapters pop up, and then you can find the ones you might want to look at per my instructions that I have in Part 1 for the paper there. Okay. Also, too, just a reminder that we have our first exam coming up on Wednesday, September 6th. We're not going to have class on Monday the 4th for Labor Day there, but following Wednesday, we're going to have our exam. You will find a study guide there at the very bottom of Unit 1, so do take advantage of that to help you prepare. You're going to find 2 areas on the study guide that are italicized with asterisks all around it. That's going to be the content that your 2 short answer essay questions are based on. So I don't tell you the content of those questions ahead of time, but I do tell you what you need to know for those questions, so when you get to them on the exam, you should be able to easily write down your answers, so please be careful to prepare. Just giving you a heads up right now. And your MindTap assignments, I think I mentioned in class earlier this week, they're going to be due right at the time the exam opens up there in our class on Wednesday. So when we start our exam, 12:30 September 6th, Wednesday, you have to have your MindTap assignments submitted there for chapters 1, 3, and 4. And as I also mentioned in class, there is a very short quiz there for chapter 2 on MindTap. It's only 2 questions. Make sure you do it. When you open up the chapters on MindTap 1, 2, 3, and 4, you'll see there's just 1 item there for chapter 2 you got to do. Again, only 2 questions, and those 2 points might help you in the end, so do try to get them there. All right, that's pretty much everything I wanted to say for right now. If you've got any questions in the meantime, reach out via email on Canvas and I'll get back to you. Otherwise, have a good weekend. I will see you in class on Monday, and we'll finish up Chapter 3 and start working our way down into Chapter 4. Take care until then. All right, bye-bye.